Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Tim Tebow. As most of us know, he's been a pretty heavy topic since he came back as a tight end for the Jaguars. But I decided let's talk what was Tim Tebow. So Tim Tebow started exactly 16 games and 3 seasons in which he had any stats or starts in general. In those games, he scored 17 touchdowns, 9 picks, which I think for the Broncos, he was carried by more of a running game and a defense, which led him to not have to do as much. And then in the playoffs, he threw for 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 452 yards. And mind you, the yards and stuff is, I should have put the yards down for his regular season, but I didn't. But I'm pretty sure he had less than like 4,000 or 3,000 or something like that. In which one of those playoff games was against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he ended up winning in overtime due to a Hail Mary, well, not Hail Mary, but a long catch and run by Demaryius Thomas. As for his MLB career, it credits him for 4 seasons, 210 hits, 48 doubles, 3 triples, 18 home runs, and 107 RBIs. Much like the NFL, I believe he didn't really get much of a chance in the MLB, or he just wasn't cut out for it, one or the other. As far as the NFL, I don't think he actually got a fair shake at it because of Brady and Peyton and Sanchez, and Philadelphia just for whatever reason chose others to back Wentz up, or Bradford at the time up over, well, Tebow. I do believe that if he were to still play quarterback, he might actually have a chance to start. Not in many places, but we'll get to that once I go to a different video and discuss something else. He was also an announcer for a third time, and then he came back as a tight end for less. Mind you, this is what I want to point out. A lot of people believe that he is getting basically a starting job handed to him, and that is simply not the case. If he was a starting tight end, he'd be making a couple million this year, plus some of it being, a signing bonus and everything. He's actually making less than $1 million, none of which is guaranteed, none of which there is no signing bonus, and he would relinquish a little under half of that if he were to get injured. So he'd probably be around maybe 450, not 450. That would be basically half, but 5 to 600K would be how much he'd have if he gets injured or misses any significant time. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up Tim Tebow today is obviously it's a discussion that a lot of people are having, and I do feel like I have some knowledge, I guess, that I could share on this situation. So let me explain. There's a lot of people that believed during Tebow's first run that he should have played as a tight end to begin with. He was left-handed, which immediately is a massive drawback for those type of athletes. It was also believed that he had the body make of a tight end to begin with, right? And, he refused. He wanted to play quarterback. That's what he was drafted as, so that's what he was going to play as. Now, we fast forward to present day, and everyone's complaining because he comes back, technically 7 years later. And now he decides to shift positions. Let me make it, kind of obvious. It's an obvious answer that anyone could give. But when you don't have the fire to play football at a certain position, you won't play. If you were lied to, as I think Skip said, and who knows, it might be true. But Skip Bayless said that Rex Ryan had guaranteed Tim Tebow's starting spot, or at least to compete for one, and that was a lie. He was always going to pick Sanchez. That was a big blow, probably to Tebow. He went to the Patriots. Tom Brady was there, obviously not going to happen. He ended up getting, for whatever reason, Brian Hoyer or whoever was chosen over him. Bill Belichick was an idiot on that case, is all I'm going to say. And then he went to Philly, where, despite being the best performing quarterback, he wasn't even given a roster spot, and then after that, he had left. Now, sometimes people change. Maybe Tebow knows that his best way of being able to play in the NFL again is at the tight end position. Maybe he believes he's built in that, regard to be a tight end over a quarterback now. And that's his prerogative, and he's probably going to compete. He wants that starting job, and he knows he's going to have to fight for it. Here's the problem. Everyone believes that the Urban Meyer basically handed him the opportunity or handed him the starting job on a silver platter. That is simply not the case. You don't sign somebody to less than $1 million with no signing bonus if that's going to be your starter. He's giving him an opportunity to become potentially the starter or the second tight end, right? So to me, the Tim Tebow situation, I think people have blown it out of proportion. I think people are complaining more about other people more so than Tebow himself. Do I think he is built to be a tight end? Yes. Do I think he's going to succeed as a tight end? Potentially. Do I want to wait and see before passing judgment? Hell yeah. Now, to end off this video, I'm going to simply state that I have 2 more videos that will be posted after this one. Both of those pertain to this one, and this is technically a 3-part series, but I'm not going to label it in parts. I'm just going to label them as their own individual videos. It'll be this one. Then we're going to talk about Colin Keapernick, because that's been someone linked a lot to this, even though we're getting into that more, but basically different circumstances as to why they're leaving, and different things could happen if he were to come back, much like how Tebow came back. And then the third video will be about tight ends on the open market and comparing them to the potential that Tim Tebow might have at tight end, because he has stayed in shape. His physique is where it was, if not better than it was. So I figured this video is not even gonna, or this video is pretty short compared to my other ones. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on Tim Tebow. Keep an eye out, because there will be 2 other videos posted within days of this one going up, maybe within like a day and a half. I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you did not, or if you agree with me, also hit the like button. If you see my point of view, hit the like button. But if you basically are stubborn and you don't want to see anybody else's side besides what the general public wants to think, dislike, and also leave your comments, your suggestions for videos, and your thoughts on the topic down below. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night and day, and I'll see you guys next time.